Hi, this is Kirk O'Connor, and this is another one in our series of BackupBuddy videos. And what we're going to do today is we're going to send a backup from one site to another and restore it on that other site. You might have a new host, or you might be moving a site from one server to another. So we're going to show you how to do that. And we have the first thing we need to do is we're going to create a database to receive our database on the new site. So we've logged into the new site here, into the cPanel, the control panel, and what we're going to do is to create a new database. So what I'll do is I'll go, this is the home screen that you will see, and if we scroll down to databases, and we're going to create a database. Very simple, these are MySQL databases for WordPress. And we're going to create a user. So we're going to give that user a password. Okay, so we're going to create a user. So we have a database and a user created, and we're going to now assign that user to that database and give them all privileges so that user can create the database when we restore the new site. Now we're going to go back to our source site, which is this site here. You can see that there, and we've already logged into admin. So we're in admin, and we're going to go to BackupBuddy backup. So there's some backups here already that have been done previously. We're not going to use those. We're going to delete those, just to show you how you delete. So there's none there, and we're going to do a complete backup. Database only backup, of course, backs up only the database. Complete backup backs up the database and files, and that's what you need to move to another server. So this is a relatively small site, so it should be quite quick. Okay, now we could download our backup as you've seen before. But what we're going to do is we're going to move it to another site. So we're going to do the migrate or restore. Okay, so there's our backup, and migrate this backup is what we're going to click, and we're going to send it via an existing or new remote FTP destination. Now we do have one here that we've created before, but what we're going to do is we're going to delete that and create another one. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it a name. Let's call it server 2. The server address is the FTP address, and you'll need to know this. I just happen to know that it is this one here. The username, once again, you will need to know that from your new server, but I'm guessing if you're able to create a database, then you'll have this information from your new server. The password for the new server, once again, you'll need to know that, but of course you should know that if you're able to get into the control panel, so we're going to put that in. Remote path is important. This can be different on different servers. We're using a server that runs host cPanel, and cPanel, normally the destination file is going to be placed there. Now if you're unsure of that, sometimes you need to ask your host. It might be in /htdocs, or it might be just in /. Your hosting provider should be able to tell you that. This is the destination directory where your website is kept. So what we're going to do now is test these settings to see if they work. Okay, our test completed successfully, so we're going to add our destination. Okay, and now we've done that, we're going to select our destination. Alright, what it's doing now is it's going to begin the migration. So it's going to send the files over to the new host. Just quickly, whilst it's doing that, I'll show you the new host. This is the destination. As you can see, there is absolutely nothing there at the moment apart from the files that have just come in. So go back to the right place. Okay, what it's saying is now it wants to start the process. So notice we're doing this still from the same source BackupBuddy from admin. So next step. Okay, it's extracted the files already. Next step. This is amazing. This is all happening from the source admin through BackupBuddy. Okay, here we need to set our database details as we completed before. You can see there's our database name that we set. There's our database user. This was in fact the password that I used. Now down here we have WP underscore, which is a prefix for WordPress databases. From a security perspective, you should probably change this to something that is not expected. It isn't, I believe, a huge security hole, but it's something that nevertheless is a very good idea to change it from WP underscore to something else, either 2 or 3 digits. So we're going to test these settings to see if we can connect to the database. Okay, well, we had a failure here for some reason. Okay, that's because I made a mistake. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that mistake. Mistakes do happen, so we're going to test the database again. Hey presto, this time we've had some success. So let's then go to the next step. Alright, what's happened is it started our database restore, and that's what it's doing. So let's click next step again because it's succeeded with the first part of that process, and it's completed with the second part of that process. So now what it's going to do is it's going to clean up some temporary files that it created, plus the original database that it sent across and the import script. Okay, that's done. So we're going to go from there to our source site again, and we're going to refresh our screen, and hey presto, there is our site that is now the same as the source site, exactly the same. You can see that if we click on that, and if we click on that, we get exactly the same article. So now we have very quickly, within 5 or so minutes, taken our site from one server to another server. This has been Kirk O'Connor. Thank you for watching our video tutorial.